So we are now done addressing our second goal for this discussion, which is for you to be able to explain the different types of design standards. So we are now going to address our third goal, which is for you to be able to explain the importance of site inspection and site survey. So aside from knowing the source of fund and the design standards that will be used on a particular project, we also have to know the importance of site inspection and site survey before commencing or starting the design and construction of a particular project. So to be familiar with the importance of site inspection and site survey, we will now move on addressing our third goal. So uh, the first question that will come into our mind is, why do we conduct site inspection? So what is the importance of site inspection on the inception stage of every project? So there are three reasons that we will enumerate here, particularly on the design and construction of a bridge structure, that are usually the reason why we conduct site inspection. So we will just enumerate some of the reasons here why we conduct site inspection. The first reason why we conduct site inspection is because for the construction of a new bridge structure. So this is one of the reasons why we conduct site inspection for the construction of a new bridge structure. So there is no existing structure on the particular location, and we will just be building a new bridge structure on that particular site. So why do we need to inspect the site first before we design and construct a new bridge there? So we need to conduct site inspection there to inspect the geologic conditions, the highway alignment, orientation, and underpass crossing features, because these things can affect the the design and construction of a new bridge in a particular location. Therefore, they are needed to be inspected first and to know additional information about them first. So, because we before we commence our design and construction, so we need to have a knowledge first about the geologic conditions, highway alignment, orientation, and underpass crossing features on the site before we will be able to construct a new bridge structure there. So that's one of the basic reason why we conduct site inspection. Another reason why we conduct site inspection is to observe and determine the present condition of an uh, existing bridge and site, and to fulfill standard requirements such as from National Bridge Inspection Standards or NBIS. So this is again another reason why we conduct site inspection. So this is actually for the case of an existing bridge. So for the first reason, we are dealing with a new bridge structure. But for this second reason, we are dealing with an existing bridge. So we are conducting site inspection to assess the present condition of an existing bridge, as well as to fulfill the standard requirements from a certain standard, such as the National Bridge Inspection Standards or NBIS. So we usually conduct maintenance inspections, or we also conduct site inspection to rate a bridge structure and judge its condition and performance, which is more rapidly conducted than the other two, with a principal intent of meeting standard requirements such as from the NBIS. And we also conduct site inspection to document the structure's condition and provide input data for the management system or BMS, and assist in the decision to maintain or rehabilitate the structure. So again, the second reason why we conduct site inspection is more of concern on an existing bridge and site. So we usually conduct site inspection to assess the condition of an existing bridge site so that we will be able to decide whether to maintain it or rehabilitate it. And another reason is because it's actually a requirement from standards. So the different standards, whether international, local, or local standards, require that we have to periodically inspect existing bridges and site so that we can have a knowledge on the present condition of that existing bridge. So the main reason there is to assess uh, whether the bridge is still in good service condition or not, whether we need to conduct maintenance activities or we need to rehabilitate it already. So those are actually requirements from some standards such as NBIS, the National Bridge Inspection Standards. Another reason why we conduct site inspection is for the rehabilitation or replacement of a structure from an existing bridge and site. Inspection of existing structure elements to determine what needs simple maintenance and what needs extensive rehabilitation or replacement. So the third reason why we conduct site inspection is somehow related to the second reason. So we conduct site inspection so for the rehabilitation or replacement of a structure from an existing bridge and site. So in this particular reason, there is an existing bridge that is already needed to be rehabilitated or to be replaced. So before we start the rehabilitation or the replacement process, we have to inspect first the the existing bridge to know which particular structural elements uh, need to have simple maintenance or which particular structural element uh, needs extensive rehabilitation or replacement. So overall, we conduct site inspection because uh, we want to assess first an existing bridge on whether it needs a simple maintenance or it needs an extensive rehabilitation or replacement, as well as to know which particular structural elements need rehabilitation or replacement, because some bridges are actually uh, don't need total rehabilitation or replacement because there are just some minor or some part there are just some part of the existing bridge that requires rehabilitation or replacement. So therefore, there can be a simple maintenance that can be provided to the existing bridge, or if the assessment tells that it needs extensive rehabilitation or replacement, therefore that is what the bridge engineer will provide. But before the bridge engineer starts the rehabilitation or replacement of a structure, he or she needs first to inspect the site. He or she needs first to inspect which particular element needs to have simple maintenance and which uh, needs extensive rehabilitation or replacement. A bridge inspection can fail if the inspector does not consider important site features such as drainage channels, wetland, embankments, utility lines, etc., and how they function within the confines of the bridge site. So it's very important that a knowledgeable inspector will conduct inspection for for uh, the development of a particular bridge structure. Because if the inspector is not knowledgeable about inspecting a particular site, Therefore, there can be what we call lapses that might be committed, wherein the inspector will fail to consider some important site features such as drainage channels, wetland embankments, utility lines that may affect the new bridge structure, or in the case of an existing bridge, it can affect the rehabilitation or replacement of an existing bridge. So therefore, actually there are some qualifications that must be met first, uh, for a professional to be considered as an inspector. So these qualifications are actually enumerated by the different standards that are applicable on a particular region. But then again, the whole site inspection process, the success of the site inspection will, at some point, uh, mainly depend on the one who conducts the inspection. Therefore, the inspector must have enough qualifications to consider everything that is that everything that can be observed on the site itself that can affect the bridge structure itself. So if you want to know more about the different things an inspector must check in inspecting a bridge structure and site, you can refer to section 2.3 site inspection of Tonya and Zhao, their book, which is the Bridge Engineering 4th edition. So you can refer to the Bridge Engineering book for 4th edition by Tonyas and Zhao, section 2.3 site inspection, if you want to know more about the particular things that an inspector uh, needs to check when inspecting a bridge structure.